I'm enjoying how God is elevating you over there. How you doing, Miss Keisha? How are you? We got to stop meeting like that, friend. Dead or birthday? Hey, dead or birth? What is that all about, birthday girl? Baby, I'm enjoying. It's something about 50, huh, sis? Turned 50, baby. She came up off of them breaks. Sis over there doing the thing. She doing solo trips. I'm almost like, are you retired? I'm feeling like growth and elevation on you, girl. Sis made a decision and took a trip. Didn't you go to Chicago? She's in Georgia. Sis says she's not waiting on nobody to RSVP. She's not waiting on the crowded girls trip. Sis has been living her life. Amen. Yes, I'm your big loud California girl. Listen, that kind of movement is contagious. Hey, Shorty, what you drank? Yes, I'm talking about you in your face, behind your back, and everything. Somebody put in the chat, baby, you good enough. Okay, we good enough. That's tonight's hot topic. But we got to catch up with each other. Sis been taking her. Y'all don't understand. When you healthy and you can really be online for help and you healthy, like mentally in a good space, you can get online and be blessed. You can get online and be encouraged. You can get online and get ideas, right? You can find some hope. But if you're not healthy, somebody said if you're not healthy, I'm talking about foundational because we all kind of like on our wonkers sometimes. Maybe be. But when I got on there and I seen Sister Keisha out of Georgia, amen, online bestie for real, we really met in person in real life. Keisha in my line or in my frame? Sis pulled up on me in real life, amen. Did we go to a birthday party? Did it feel like the Lord just divinely connect? How long we been knowing each other, sis? Online. When did we meet online? Do you remember? Because I don't. You older. I'm younger than you by 3 months or something, right? Hey, BB, how you doing, love? I'm about to tell y'all. But like, while she thinking about when we met, if you're not healthy, you can't afford to be online like that. You would be eaten alive like the shark. For real. You would get eaten alive like the shark and the boogeyman and the boogie woman. So as we said when we was little, who in here was born in the 70s? Put a 1 in the comments if you was born in the 70s. Because when you were born in the 70s, it hit different. And particularly the early 70s. I'm a little partial. 1972 up over here. Shirley, what you over there doing, girl? Ain't nothing changed, girl. I play the music and then I talk loud and then I'll do all of that. Facebook, where y'all at? Facebook be sleep. Ain't nobody dealing with Facebook. I be trying to bring y'all in, but we stream it to YouTube. I ain't got time to play games at this age with this social media. Okay, so I need to get an update from y'all. Did they find Miss Guthrie? Let's start there. The hot topics. That's a sad situation. Let me figure out how I can turn this thing on. Let me put on something because I'll go to sleep on this tempo. God is so good. Let me see. I have to bring our playlist up, sis. Because that was a bubble bath type of song. You know, with your little candles and you unbothered. Shorty, I got to get this playlist together. Else I'm going to fall asleep on y'all. How y'all doing for real? BB, I ain't heard from you. Okay, this is our aerobics for the 50 plus squad. This is how we do our aerobics in the chair, honey. Hey, go April Love. Somebody say I'm good enough. Hey, April, how was your day, sweetheart? We unbothered. We gotta get some tip. Come on, Shorty, get that leg up. Oh, my speaker's trying to be. I remember seeing you before that I trusted you. Go, Shorty. And I'm trusting you now. I get joy when I think about what you've done for me. I get joy. Come on. Go, Shorty. Happy Thursday. How he set me free. Hey, y'all feel that? I get joy. Come on. Hey. I sit there and reminisce on how you changed my life. Hey, all the things to you. For all the things you do. Hey, get the water bottles up, y'all. Get the water bottles up. I lift my hand. You give me half a second. Sis said, give me half a second. Sis said, she say, give me half a second. Hey, come on, girl, get it in. Come on, travel. She say, I get joy when I think about what you've done for me. I get joy. I get joy. Hey, anybody else get joy? How he set me free. I get joy. Hey, get your brothers in. Praise him. Hey. I get joy. Hey, I get joy. I get joy when I think about it. Hey, I get joy. I get joy. Hey, how was your day, Shorty? She said, give me half a second. Hey, praise him. He's been so good to you. Amen. I get joy when I think. Hey, I get joy. Come on, Facebook and YouTube. Hey, you got to put a jingle in your own bell. Hey, this said God been good to me. Hey, it was great. Amen. Come on, feel better already. What my 70s babies at? Hey, we just pop our fingers and move that upper body. Hey, what's up, Tom boy? What's up? Hey. You gotta make it personal. And baby, we throw the arms up. You can't tell us nothing with, hey, we throw the arms up, that's it. Baby, that's the whole dance. Hey. Do it. Hey, come on, Facebook. Hey. Share the live with somebody you care about. Hey, Good News Channel, what up? What up, though? Hey, it was a great day. It was a great day. Hey. Hey. Come on, Facebook. I mean, is that YouTube? Hey, make some noise in the comments so I can holler you out. Hey. That's a jam right there. Just be grooving. Thank you, Lord. Sis said her day was blessed. God is good to her. Anybody else got some testimony?
I almost forgot about. I never imagined
Tomboy
could come from an act.
Drop them. Okay. I know y'all on the late night over there. So don't it feel like Friday? Don't it feel like Friday, friends? Hey, Timothy. I'm a 70s baby. 77 was a good year. I went to get my hair done. For real? You use a 1977 in the house. What's your Facebook group name? What the group is, so what is it called? It's Self-Care Lounge. bit.ly/life in, okay, in my bio, to make it easier, because you know we was born in the 70s. We gotta like leverage our brain space, okay? So in that little link up there, you click that bad boy. We're gonna call it a boy for right now. Click that bad boy when we get off of here, or however you do your phone, and you're gonna see the self-care group. And we got some interns in there. They try to, we all just share resource, hold each other accountable, laugh, kicks, giggles, pray. That's what we do over there. And the young ladies that's in college, they're smarter than me. They know how to work it and do all of that. So come over there and you can build community, okay? And come over there and do what you do. So we know that it's Valentine's Day. For some of y'all on Facebook, I'm sorry they don't allow music. I'm on YouTube streaming. The YouTube is on that link as well. We're getting YouTube back up and running. So I'm streaming through StreamYard. All of y'all that's hearing me and y'all been on that little bandwagon of making your little cartoon picture, I'm so excited for y'all. I hope y'all keep the momentum up. I hope you guys take that and you can make your kids an ebook. I'm finna do show and tell real bad on Temu. Can I show y'all what I got in the mail? Hey, Warrior, that's another Care Bear. I'm finna show y'all what came in the mail from Temu. Y'all know I'm slow about online shopping. I'm getting around the Shein. But I'm finna show y'all legit. Now, I wear glasses now, real thick glasses. I know how to read. I read everything. Let me turn this down because I tend to talk loud. Y'all know ain't nothing changed when it comes to that. I talk loud. Okay? But wait a minute. Y'all stay parked right there. I promise you I'm not going to waste your time. That pen dropped and I'm not going to lean over and get it because I just don't feel like it. Who in the season that just don't feel like doing certain things, you just don't do it? Who in that season? Both of y'all name is Keisha. The Warriors, and I Feel Better Already out of Atlanta, Georgia area. Both of y'all name is Keisha. Both of y'all are amazing women of God. So y'all go ahead and follow one another. But y'all know I already confessed. I'm a hoarder of journals. I've been writing little stuff ever since I was a little girl. So I love writing journals. I love a good old school pen, a good pen. Y'all know ink pens cost a lot of money these days. So girls, ladies and gentlemen, I give myself, because all of y'all telling me shop online, shop in a TikTok shop, do all of that. Well, Rob had ordered some vitamins off of one of these things before and it scammed his card. We just been kind of slow shopping online. I don't really shop on Amazon like that, but I am starting to because ain't nothing in the stores no more. Have y'all noticed? Shelves is empty. People in the store telling you, sorry, that item is online. Everybody's door dashing, and I don't know about food getting delivered, how food getting delivered to me. I don't know. There's levels to this bigness, okay? But to each his own. So y'all, I go inside of, what did I say I went inside of? Is it called Temu? Temu. Ladies, y'all that really know me for real, y'all know I love journals and books and life application stuff. Y'all know I love all things about elevation, building wealth and wellness, using and being guided by the wisdom of God for people who serve. Like, I don't even know how to make that an elevator pitch. My coach been trying to, like, God rest her soul. But when you do what you do, baby, y'all just listen, just talk to Tasha, and if I can figure it out, I can. If I can't, baby, I'm gonna send you somewhere. Okay? So y'all know I like this kind of stuff. So tell me before I even open this, the description. This is going to encourage somebody that's doubting themselves, because the topic over here is I am good enough. Not because I said and your man or whoever said, but the Lord said you're good enough. Okay? So when you look at this journal, it said on the description, I'm not from the ChatGPT era where I need a robot to read for me because I don't know how to comprehend. I know how to read. I know how to tell time on a regular clock without the digital clock. Okay, no shade on nobody. But like we said, we born in the 70s. We was raised to use our brain, our God-given brain. Praise God for that. And y'all know in our season 2, we got to keep using it or we lose our marbles. That's a whole nother topic. If y'all on the email list, y'all will be getting, I don't know if y'all heard of Jim Quick. Kwik, the mind guy. He had brain injury when he was a little boy. He is the GOAT when it comes to this brain. I'm going to put it in the email And it's some things you need to do to keep that mind and that muscle. When the enemy thought that they wrote that young man off with his brain injury as a little boy, God has allowed him to get out here and coach us to build our mind memory. That's who I align with. People who got lived experience that know it from the mud, as they say. I would take a person that got a lived experience, me personally, over somebody that think they can figure it out. Right? So I sit up here and I went in here. I was supposed to be ordering something, but ended up, I get the journal. It says Anxious Attachment Workbook for Women. The Clear Path to Secure Love. I can't tell y'all what it say because it say NY. Y'all more smarter than me. I don't know what it means. It looked like a typo to me. But the Clear Path. Now listen to this deception. Maybe it's me, but I want y'all to weigh in on this. Anxious Attachment Workbook for Women. I love doing attachment work. Anxious attachment, secure attachment, all of that around relationship dynamics with people. Y'all know you got clingy friends, you got people you date that's just smothering you and need it's all kind of levels to attachment. So ever since I was in school studying and start moving towards the mental health side of social work, this is something that resonated with me because I'm not a person that attach easily. So I always go on a journey of self-discovery in my stuff. Like most therapists on the therapy side or any type of healer or people in this work that God called you to, you the first person that goes through the pipeline, and we always on the pipeline of journey. Nobody will ever arrive to that casket drop, baby. We still at it every day. Okay? Hey, Miss Congeniality. I ain't seen you in a while. But I goes in here and say the Clear Path to Secure Love in NY 30 days. Don't know what NY is. Whether you're struggling or backing over, friends, I read what it said. That ain't even the end of it, friends. I'm thinking it's a workbook. A workbook. Wouldn't y'all think this is a workbook in the description and say a workbook? When it have the more button in there, I push more with my little chubby finger over here and I read it. Let me tell you what came. Do y'all want to guess what's inside here? Anybody want to guess just for the fun of it? What do y'all think is in here? YouTube, Talk to Tasha on YouTube and Facebook. What do y'all think is in this workbook? What do y'all really legit think in here? It ain't too late. Y'all push y'all fingers in the comments and help me out. This is Vanna Black right here. I'm going to open it up for y'all because some of y'all on the different time zone, you sleep laid up in that bed. It's nothing in here. Nothing. Blank. 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 Y'all see that? And blank. There's absolutely nothing in here at all. Mind games over Debo. That's what they're doing. This is not right. Like, this is like, I told y'all I'm new to ordering, but they deceive people. They don't even spell it right. Okay? And it's blank. Now, I could sit here and complain about it all day, or guess what? I sat down and I said, you know what, Tasha, you like this work. You also enjoy writing. So y'all gonna see me probably next month, if the Lord say the same, because it's blank. Y'all that's on here, y'all gonna remember this day. It's February 12th, 2026. It's absolutely blank. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a workbook. They sent me this blank. I thought I was gonna take the shortcut and get with somebody else intellectual property to learn and develop and grow and teach and do what I'm called to do. I'm gonna create it. Y'all sent me a blank thing. Sister Keisha, you hold me to it, right? All of y'all that's been on that curation and doing your cartoon picture and stuff like that, that's amazing. Do you know you can take that same thing because it already knows everything about you, literally, for y'all that use it for different things. Make coloring books for your babies. We're talking about Black History Month. And building things out, making it fun, right? As you can see, I am pretty much, hey, social work boss, I am pretty much thinking I'm in the know of things and I know how to read, and I got bamboozled with the blank book. Secure Attachments, Anxious Attachment Workbook. So if I took out time to buy this for a couple, I think it was $4 or $5. Y'all that's doing that curation on Facebook, what's holding you back from making your workbook? What is holding you back for having a family day over with the kids and they making their own coloring books? What's holding y'all back? For y'all that got little kids, y'all get them little fold-out tables that y'all get for the birthday parties and the bounce houses and stuff like that. And Easter finna come up and y'all finna do the Easter egg hunts and stuff. Put a twist on it. We finna all do our coloring books here at the house. That's what King Jones Ministry finna do. My grandson, KJM, Pretty Girls Praise the Grandkids. We are going to use our creative abilities that God has given us. Y'all got on that trend and then y'all hop off. I've been teaching the ladies that with the little bit that I know, and we take one thing and turn it into 5 different products. If we make this first book, this workbook, right? We make this workbook. It's empty. They sold it to me on Temu. I'm not going to whine over that. That creative mind that God give you, like, okay, they sent it to you blank. You can get Dollar Tree. They made a cover probably in Canva, didn't even spell it right on here. But somehow or another, have you decided how you can get a product on Temu? Amazon, right? And y'all know Amazon, when it comes to books, I have workbooks over there. This is not about getting rich quick and, capitalizing on the vulnerability of people, because, baby, they take 60%. It's about getting what you know out there to, A, help someone. B, impact and income. Impact come first. We're not out here. People that I attract is Care Bears. You've been serving. You're called to do it. You're anointed to do it. Now you got to take it up a few bars. Because let's say this was a workbook and you're a relationship coach, for example. You're not going to be able to reach everybody on this planet Earth. But everybody can go on your Temu, obviously, and your Amazon and get your workbook. It's no different, y'all, than what y'all been putting on Facebook, taking the challenge. Now, I'm going to challenge you in Black History Month. Take it to the next level. Go back to that same thread in ChatGPT and tell it based on what you know. I always have the ladies do something fun. So let's say you tell me your birthday is, I don't know, March 11th. My grandbaby birthday. I might say, pick something that resonate with you. Sister Keisha in here in Atlanta, the Atlanta Keisha in here, I feel better already. She has a book, several books that the Lord put down in her heart. She's been through some things. That's for her to tell you. Go follow what God has brought her through. And she knew as God healed her from that level of trauma, it wasn't just for her. It says that I feel better already. The situation may not be solved, but by faith, I'm feeling good already because I already know what the outcome going to be based on how he got me from that. So then she say, wait a minute, let me take this. We go to Atlanta. Who house we was at? I met another client over there. Keisha was there. Met in person. We had been online. Did a mastermind right at the island of Trudy's kitchen tape. Was it her island in the kitchen, Sister Keisha? It was 4 or 5 of us with our laptops. Eager, these ladies. Sister Trudy say, Miss Jones, show me a little something. I don't know Trudy from a can of paint. But her friend who I met at the conference when I'm there doing my work said, you got to meet this one because she's a retired social worker. Her husband is a movie producer, retired movie producer, did a lot of work in Hollywood, and they retired in Atlanta. Keisha will tell you she was there. I invited Keisha over there. Brought our laptops. We held each other accountable. Age ain't nothing but a number. You are more than enough. You can't be hiding and expecting to be found and discovered with all of the amazingness God brought you through. You have to be ready and accessible. to certain situations and be discerning of where you're supposed to be at this time. Because somebody took a lot of bold courage. I didn't know. I don't know. Y'all smarter than me when it comes to a lot of things. I didn't know that there's not a lot of checks and balances when it comes to putting stuff online to sell it. I'm in my mind, out of integrity, at least let it be spelt right. This ain't no other language. At least when you put in your description, this is what I'm saying. People using the chat don't think they want a money grab. They get on here, ain't nothing in here that says workbook. This is a blank notebook with a cover on it that speaks to a person that's in the mental health space that absolutely is geeked out about attachment stuff. When a lot of you guys been on the roster on the inside, we go into this anxious attachment word, but you get it and it's empty. That's a sign. Oh, Tasha we finna write this thing out. We're gonna write it out. And to make matters worse, that's show and tell number 1. Y'all with me? Show and tell number 2. Bible study for Black women who feel lost. Now, y'all know that's my kind of stuff. Come on. They're marketing to a pain point. They're very specific. They're talking to a Black woman, right? It's very niche. In business, they say it's riches in the niches, right? You trying to serve everybody, you serve no one, right? So this book is not trying to reach everybody. Now, if one of my brown friends or white friends or whoever, if they decide they feeling lost, they're not going to trip on the saying Black, right? They want the meat and potatoes on the inside. But let's go in, because ain't nobody paying attention to the old lady over here. And I'm trying to be grown without my glasses. I'm telling y'all, I got y'all attention because a lot of y'all is on the trend of, hold on. Here go a troller. We're the moderators. Let's get this blah, blah out of here, because we're not playing games with people like you today. I will make content out of your foolishness, but I'm not going to do that tonight. Go sit yourself all the way down and quit hiding behind a social media profile and go get you a whole entire life. And thank you for all. Yeah, keep my ratings up, baby, because I'm not even finna fool with you. Matter of fact, Bible study for Black women. Let them sit there for a minute. He gonna get delivered. We don't run from trolls. He a troll, or it will. I'm not gonna put it a he or a she. It's a it will get delivered or either set free, or you finna flee and run off. That's what's about to happen with you. So Bible study for Black women who feel lost. Okay, it's very niched down. They know who they trying to get to, right? If you sitting up online like this clown right here, feeling lost, you're gonna be like, "Oh, this is for me." Ooh. Again, it said it was a workbook, Miss Crystal Clear. This ain't nothing in here, but you working it because it's blank. Y'all see that? It's empty. There's nothing in here. The deception they did on this one, they put the date and the name, a date and a name. That's all they put. No title, no nothing. All right. So I can sit here and complain about it and entertain this clown right here, or I can say, all right, go to work and write it. Right. So if these people who produce this was that courageous enough and put a description, because y'all know I'm already requesting a refund on the principle that this is not right. The reviews in there. Now I can't say this. I did not read the reviews before I ordered. I learned from that because I'm new to online ordering from Temu, and I think I put in the order for Shein, but I'm new to that. So I did not read the reviews. Now I read the reviews after the fact, and I see that other people said it was blank. That's a learning experience for me. I take total responsibility for that. You see how that works? So that is what I'm showing you. If people can put this out and they're not doing right by people at all, and you are a person of integrity, there's nothing holding you back from doing whatever it is God put on your heart. Now, we got another order in the mail today. Because I call myself, y'all said it's kind of fun shopping online. I don't know what's in here because I was on there supposed to be looking for something else, Miss Crystal Clear. And child, I ended up ordering a few things. Let's unpack what this is going to be. I'm making sure this is ain't no Valentine lingerie. I don't want y'all to see my plus size stuff. I ain't cared about his plus size, but I want to be appropriate, you know? But this is too hard to be lingerie. Okay. April, how you doing? Oh, we got another book. Anybody into this? YouTube. Oh, this lighting is really bright. Our $100, our 100 envelope savings. Y'all, any of you guys have this book yet? Me and my grandkids and my husband and my other grandbaby was on the set. Oh, okay. Y'all seen these before? This one, I got to call my youngest granddaughter because we had a pink one. And in this book, you save up to $5,000. So way before Christmas comes, for some of you guys that commercial, do the whole Christmas thing, we start early. And my grandkids get really geeked out about saving money because of these books. The little one more than the older one, because the older one, she's like 7th grade, so they like to spin. But that little one, she like her grandpa. So me and her is on the savings team together. My husband and the oldest one is on the savings team together. I don't know what happened to their savings book. They won't tell us. And me and my other one, we hide ours. So you get this, and y'all seen them. Some of y'all seen this before. Here's the card, and you stamp out as you go. So literally when we in stores, we would get cash back, or if we have loose change, we have jars. It's a really, really fun way to save. And then you get a highlighter and you just blot out the amount. So one of the things we don't do is we don't put them in order. Hey, Bailey. Bailey, how are you? Bailey, I need to talk to you, love. March is coming up. Are you going to be available early March? It's early, our money mindset and mimosas. I still have our pictures from the last time. You like this, Miss Crystal Clear? So what I've learned from other amazing people online, I don't know if y'all heard of Baddies in Budget. You guys that's into this, I got some other show and tells for you guys. But for some of you guys, it's on a journey like myself, going into simplicity. Some of y'all call it soft life. You just don't want a whole lot of clutter because you're elevating spiritually, which means a lot of weight is falling off in relationships, conversations, excessive amount of towels and dishes. It's not like you dying. You're the old part of you that had too much in every pocket is falling off, right? So some people be freaking out like, Crystal, why you giving that away? You sick? You sick? Ooh, go ahead on, Carter Corey. You like this, Crystal? So what I found out from Baddies in Budget, I saw her on Good Morning America. I want to say she lived in Louisiana, African American. This is Black History Month. So I'm gonna share with you guys people that I find to be helpful, integrous, right? That's in business. That's what I'm gonna try to do all month. Y'all know I'm gonna be announcing what my kids got going on because that's just on right to do that. All right. No more hiding your gifts and abilities. We're not doing that. So Baddies in Budget was on Good Morning America, the little piece of news I do get sometime. But she started off trying to save up for an apartment. Pretty much she got really into saving. And then it just turned into this big old empire. Like literally Baddies in Budget. I get her emails. But one of the she has so many different creative ways to save. Y'all will get really, as the kids say, geeked out, right? And so she recommend, thank you, Corey. She recommend not saving in order because if you do it in order, let's say I'm showing you guys too. If you do it in order, you're going to end up having to make some heavy deposits all at the end. So the kids, my grandkids, the older two, we like splitting it up. So like a odd number, $11, or like if we get change back, It's really fun, y'all. Like, it's really, really fun. So, like, if you know you're going on vacation, a lot of people saying they're going to be outside for 2026 when it warm up. Any little thing. We have some people, even in our Social Work Boss Academy, that's one of the requirements. We go through our money trauma series. We have a whole class on money trauma. How, if you was raised to shop till you drop, you don't really know how to use currency as leverage. You use it just to spend it and you can't wait. Some of our ladies been charged with, when you get your direct deposit, do not spend that day. Sit with it in your account and get disciplined. That money can sit, even though your bills may be due. Long as it's not going to be late, just get in that discipline muscle of, when money comes, I don't have to spend it or run to this, what is it called, Bath and Body Works sale. Because we're going to be talking about how sometimes we on the paper chase, and God has already fortified what you have and what you need. You're just not in the right position. So we hustling backwards as a lifestyle, right? So putting things in different ways, it makes it fun. Let them do the little dabbers. Because remember, we should be training them up and let them mess up with the marker. For some of y'all with little people, let them mess up. They're not really messing up. They're being themselves. This is how we screw our kids up. I did it. I'm guilty of it too. No shame. It's just awareness. If they take their little dauber, they'll be like, grandma. If you're a grandma, put a 1 in there. Put a 1 in the comment if you're a grandma. I can talk to y'all different. But if you're a mama, auntie, or something, put another something else in there. But it have the sleeves. Baddies and Budget. Yep, she's an amazing human being. I've been following her stuff, and then we order from her. Now, I did not order this book from her because normally, I try to do the same business with the same person. And I'm real big, and you support me in mine, I'm gonna support you in yours. Okay, that's just what we're gonna do. Care Bears, we gotta do that because Care Bears, y'all know, we be buying up stuff and people ain't been more supported. You shared nothing, ain't put your name. We ain't finna beat that down. All right, how we doing over here in the comments? Hold on. I'm trying to navigate a couple of screens. All right, so where we at? You like that idea? A fun way to learn to budget. It is. Okay. Hi, Ivy, Island Treasure. I'm making sure I see all of you guys. Hey, Corey. Falling in love, babe. Oh, Corey, come on now. Corey. Let me hook you up with a Valentine. Corey, what Corey at, Miss Crystal Clear? Let's get Corey together. How you gonna fall in love with something that you don't know? Did he leave? Did Corey leave, Miss Crystal Clear? We got to get Corey. See, you know women, we'll get them all fixed up and ready to go. But ain't nobody going to deal with that, Corey, because you falling in lust online. And so how you going to get a solid female, though? See, this Valentine weekend. You be better off getting a dating site and do what you do over there, because a solid female going to be like, you don't even know what I'm working with. You don't know if I'm you don't even know my kid. Like, the eyes. See, the wrong person taking that right information, they'll get in the DMs and do what they do, right? Because it's flattering. And maybe you caught them on the day that flattery, they want to take it to the next level in the DMs. But that ain't how T operate over here, sweetheart. Whether I was single or not, no. Because you got to think about it. This is how I think. Let's say I was single or you single or whatnot. And somebody wide open, 2.5 seconds, baby, I'm falling in love. What he put in here? I'm falling in love, you beautiful. What your mama say? How you gain a man is how you gonna lose him. So if he got a community PP and he banging over there, you've met him through that situation, and then now he cheating on you and doing all of that on you. And you surprised you gained him through all of that. I don't know how y'all mama trained y'all, but I came from a solid one. So it's like, wow, you lusting on the screen with a stranger that easy? Where's our book? Not that we trying to fit. You see what we talked about earlier? The attachments I told y'all I like. Remember? Loose attachments. You see some old crooked eyelashes, a big old wig, a questionable bra off to the side, body linked over. That don't matter to some people. They see a split, cannot get in. You know, we ain't gonna be all like that tonight, but you get what I mean? So a solid female, and I'm talking solid. I ain't talking about the one that's saying, I got a piece of man and the crumbs gonna work and we could do matching pajamas on TikTok and call it relationship. To each their own. Now I'm talking about solid. A solid female will say, look, he working at McDonald's right now. He get off McDonald's job, go work at the warehouse. Okay, then he go DoorDash on the third job but we starting right there. But we're gonna build from that. A solid one gonna ride with you because y'all gonna create that vision together, right? And even when y'all get into it, you would never hit him, or you should never hit her below the belt on that insecure spot that he or she have, because they gonna always remember that's really how you feel. Now, to your friends, you might be like, he been working at McDonald's all this time. He ain't even promoted up to manager. That don't make no doggone sense. But tell them in their face, they ain't gonna never forget that. That's gonna be a lot of recovery from that. Just like when y'all hear people say, well, drunk tell the truth. They gotta alter themselves to tell the truth. He keeping a job. Miss Crystal said, he keeping a job. That's why some of y'all know people, they got spouses. We talking about Valentine's Day, whatever we talking, hot topics or whatnot. But you can see somebody, and I've seen this, I don't know if y'all can relate. They be like, I don't know why he with that when she's 600-pound life, or I don't know why she with him. He said, whatever they say. All in people business. But the core thing that you will find, sis said hustle hard. The core thing you're going to find, people gain weight, lose weight, health, sickness, health, the whole nine. I've seen it in my years of serving people on the social work side, just on the strength of life. When that man was down, I'm talking about down, like criminal history, can't get a job. I'm talking like 2 strikes in California type situation. Feeling very defeated in the world that say you can't cry. You're supposed to be hardcore, right? Feeling like you want to break the law because you forced to break the law to provide for your family. Because a real solid one, like my daddy used to say, I'd rather work at a car wash and earn my wages to provide than to lay up and let a woman put money in my hands. That's not a man. That's just straight up. You may have been raised different. I'm not going to judge you on that. I'm just telling you what up over here in the Jones lane. You get what I'm saying? So because y'all know how it is, it'd be a double standard. You want the next person's son, right, to do all of this extra that you wouldn't be willing to marry yourself. And it goes vice versa for the females. So that's going to lead us into, I'm going to tell y'all about a book of integrity where Keisha's still in here from Atlanta. Hey, Cody. We went to is it called mega churches, Crystal? When they real big. When we was out there, we went to Atlanta. She took me to I think a mega church. Baby, when I tell you the bookstore at the church, is she still in here? Girl, I never in my 53-year-old life, was I 52? When was I over there? Girl, the bookstore at the church. It was like, let's just say the walls was made out of touch screen like you do on the iPad. In the bookstore, you can go to the walls and touch screen it and stuff. All of the books in there was Black authors. We was buying books. You know, I had to come out of there with some books. The bookstore where you grow spiritually. So this young man, and I'm going to be sharing this more. Y'all know I'm a sucker for life application, baby. Give me the life application. How do I put it in my repertoire and walk this thing out? Because I'm a slow learner. But when I learn it, I'm in. Okay? So this young man have a whole series. His name is Pharaoh Mitchell or something like that. This is Black History Month. Every day is Black History, okay? But this one is Black Family, How to Build an Outstanding One. The ultimate guide to building strong relationships in your family. This is not a novel. It is now this is what you, in my definition of a workbook, this is a school teacher in here. Wouldn't you consider this a workbook? They done describe this as a workbook. They put the word workbook on here. I'm not lying. They put the word on here. This is how bold these people. This brother man right here, this is his picture. The one thing I like about this one, I told y'all, this teacher in here tell you, when these kids out for spring break coming up, Easter break, y'all not taking no break. School's always in session. They're going to grab a little book and put that brain to work. Okay? But I like his, and he have one on every, he have a whole series. I think I bought 4 of them. This one is on the ultimate guide to building strong relationships in your family. Just to give some context, he has this stuff. I'm a sucker for bullet points. Get to the point, no fluff. But he has questions in here. He's telling us to walk barefoot on earth, write it out, help someone else, know your thinking. He goes in depth. These are broken down in chapters, and then in the back there's some things. You see, some people ordered the Black History backdrop, and they having their kids, like my daughter had an idea, have the kids do Black History stuff. She loved all things Black History. She is Black History. We all are. But she's really, really a person that's really, really into Black history and a history that we collectively create each and every day. But this young man has, just imagine this with your kid, an image of what could be. Describe the kind of family relationship that you would most like to have. And then the second one, what are your dreams about your family? What would you most like your husband or your son or daughter to value about you? What trait or behavior do you see in your mother or father that you most want to include in your own life? When your friends or relatives talk about your family, what things would thrill you to have them say? What song, movie, or play reflects the relationship that you would most like to have? Tell me about something that your own son, spouse, daughter does that you wish you could do as well. Describe a few traits or actions in your father or your mother or your daughter, son, or spouse that you absolutely respect. This is strength-based, and it's stretching in a world that beat down how wrong we are. You need to stop doing this and stop doing that and stop doing this, and we got to stick together. Baby, I don't have no more glue in me to stick. The little sticking that the Lord allowed me to do to stick with you and stick with, baby, there's no more glue up over here. The prayer is not more glue. It's to build that kingdom ecosystem. Because if you come out with your glue that he gave you and your son got his glue working, there go that ecosystem, because he got a calling. He has an assignment. He's a resource. You a resource. But if I got to dig through it, find it, wondering if you on or off today, and I got to invest money in that, that's not going to work. It's not. It's not that you're not capable. It's you got to lean in. That's why I say most of y'all off on President's Day, February 19th. I listen to you guys. Why you think I got the webinar on Monday? It's a day off for you, but it's really not. Log your butt in. We make the dates based on what y'all tell me in the emails on your days off. I don't make these dates and times up because I believe now I work around my schedule, but I saw pain points that you have. I don't know them all because I'm not that powerful, but I can discern some things in the spirit. And then what do y'all get from me? Surveys. I'm going through this. I know I've got a screaming coach in me. I've been secretly coaching times, but I ain't got a bone in my body that want to talk to anybody when I get off. So I got to take you through the pathways. Where are you on your journey? We ain't ready to start that coaching business. That's wisdom. That's maturity to know your capacity. So then we go and make your digital store. While you on here with me, somebody on your store downloading something for real and not a blank thing playing with people. Crystal Clear is anointed leader as a school teacher over there in St. Louis, Missouri. Special needs kids. Anointed for it. She talks about it with so much fire. We've been on the journey online. I think I was with you when you got the promotion, setting up her classroom, right? And we talked about it. Everything you know about what you know, she is responsible for sharing it, creating her books. She ain't got time and bandwidth to be on the phone 10,000 other special ed teachers across the country talking to them. She's going to do it like this young man. If she know her audience is busy people on the go as teachers, she's going to make it digestible. This young man have 5 different. This is digestible. If she know her audience is the type of people that's novelists, they love big chapter books, then guess what? She got to feed it to them the way they eat it. You can't try to get seafood lovers, a vegan person, a cheeseburger from In-N-Out. It just don't work. It ain't about what you like. What problem do I solve that I'm called to solve? Sis said this is a perfect size on her lunch break. And like application books, like I did the other day in the other webinar, we don't power through it. Some things you have to. This is where we move into. I don't get online to keep you up. I get you online, we connect. And what happened in the DMs, Crystal? We go to the DMs and invite the person to the next process. Me and Crystal be in them DMs. Crystal know her capacity, right? All of you guys do. But I don't think you just, we got to make sure that on your journey that you don't forget. Don't ever, 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 never, ever forget that you're good enough because God made you that way. We have to give it to them easy. Amen. That's a part of knowing your people. You trying to, and that's what I'm saying. All of y'all Care Bears, we natural relationship builders. The struggle we have is knowing if we good enough because you want to give everything out for free. And I get it. We're just not there yet. So we attract people that try to pull and take from us. And then you get frustrated. And then you get burnt out. Right? And then you doubt your ability. But that stops. So let's talk about how people say, don't nobody had no money. Don't nobody had this. Don't nobody had that. That's the lens of life that you sitting on the front porch looking out of one spectrum. Have y'all been out on these stores? Y'all see that the Valentine industry, when is Valentine, friend? Saturday, right? Hey, let me see, Vibrania, welcome to we escaping, girl, escape lounge. You just sit on down and we chopping it up, okay? And I'm really going to invite you guys. You are good enough webinar. It's Monday. Every March, if the Lord say the same, we always have money mindset and mimosas. I pour into y'all Care Bears different because y'all know how to show up for everybody. Now y'all going higher for yourself, unapologetically. No explanation, no pressing pause and waiting on the next person to see what they think. You're going to move, right? So I just demonstrated to y'all, show and tell, that somebody was courageous enough to sell me some things. And you way more advanced than that. You don't even have a heart like that to be doing people like that. So let's go ahead and say this. I can't see the comments over here. Hold on. Let me see. Hi, current tickler. I can't wait. Hold on. Oh, there we go. I'm so sorry. I hit the button on Facebook. I think that is. You need that book? Hey, Nicole. Nicole, you still there? I'm sorry, baby. I didn't on this end. I didn't know what, but you need the guide to building a strong relationship to your family. I'm gonna put in the comment. Let me put in the comment. bit.ly/good enough is 2026. So that's the only thing I can come up with, baby, because I can't be remembering all this stuff. So bit.ly/, because we're going forward, good enough 26. If you cannot attend the webinar live on Monday, You can get the replay. I like for y'all to start making time for your next level, because some of y'all be doing too much movement. When we in those spaces, it's not about powering through. We got to sit with some of these questions. Because remember, this is Talk to Tasha. You're talking and you're starting to think a little bit more clearer. You're starting to recognize I'm acting like I don't know what's up because I'm scared. And so fear is winning in some of us right now. Tap the screen to make these people happy, please. And TikTok, tap the screen because it gave me the puzzle. I know how they do. We're going to leverage these people's apps as long as they got it out here. So tap the screen, play by their rules, because they want us to get Tourette's up in here. They want you to stay over here and tapping. Get a back of an old pencil. Get a pencil at least with the eraser so you don't get your hands all like this. Baby, these robots ain't going to worry me. But we're going to leverage it, Crystal. You hear me? Excuse me, Miss Crystal Clear. Put Miss on her name, okay? So for y'all, let's go in here because we got to tune up that mind, y'all. Put in the comments right now, what's one thing you know that you're super good at? Hey, Nurse Jay, we appreciate our nurses up in here. You need to follow on Facebook? Okay, go on there, Talk to Tasha, because all of the streaming is streamed in one place. Like it streams. I'm streaming over there. I'm a little slow about taking the replays because one of my young ladies on the business administrative side, she just got promoted. She's a violinist. Dominique is a violinist. She just got a huge promotion. Like God has put her on a contract with Disney. Did y'all hear what I said? Disney Cruise Line. She played a mess out of that violin. When she started with me, when I started, I found her on this site where you get your virtual folks, and we learned each other time zones, and she speaks fluent English, no problem. She bosses me around, get me all the way together. She'll tell me to slow down, move to the left, and she's a believer. You hear me crystal clear? She said, Tasha, we've been together. I said, yes. And one of them is just finished up college, the other one. So I always told those ladies, I said, if I'm not developing you in what I'm gifted at, it's not about you making me pretty stuff. You know, we started with the phone, like I show y'all. So I said, she said, well, I know, you know, our sales go up and down, and, you know, we got to cut back on our business is business. Your well-being and your calling is yours. I'm not going to ever be over here. And she, you know, they would come on here and tell you to this day. They say, you know what, we work with people from the United States, but I never had nobody, you know, really care about my come up. Like they don't say it like she don't say it. I mean, trust me, they real hood. Okay. We hood and holy up over here. Okay. No respect the skin color. Okay. We really have connected. They have my best interest. They really do. She make apps. She do it all. College educated young ladies. I had a fire in my house. At the same time, one of them had a flood. So we already knew we was connected spiritually because the enemy was trying to attack anything that was attached to the work that we're called to do. So I said, don't you ever doubt. Don't you ever doubt. And these young ladies, I know I have a friend in the Philippines now who's Filipino, who's in the Philippines as we speak on vacation. And we talked about next time, if the Lord say the same, really, really soon, I'm going to be able to meet these ladies. It's like I met Keisha in Atlanta and the ladies at the kitchen table doing some masterminds together, right? And so when that's how you know it's God on your life, right? In terms of the assignment, it don't feel heavy. Like sis in her classroom. She loved what she do. She loved those babies. She see potential in them. She come up against the stigma of what people believe about kids with special needs, right? She create an environment that cultivate their highest learning. If that means setting it up to their learning style that don't look like room 5, that's what it is, because her anointing and calling and her eye and keen for what they need is going to look different. She's not going to slow down and try to explain it to a colleague that don't get it because they're calling it something else, right? A superintendent, principal, if they having some questions about whatever, she going to have that courageous conversation. This is how my kids learn. I have friends that's in the teaching space as well. And they know about sensory and how the kids learn it. You know, if they need to have something cold to their stomach, they let them work and do their work in the corner, right? With their bodies laying instead of sitting up in the desk, because they're not going to work in the desk. They just not. They're going to be bouncing all over the place. That might not work. Somebody told one of my friends that was teaching in the teaching space, they felt like her classroom was out of control because you go in there, some kids laying on the floor. Them kids not bouncing and hanging off chandeliers. She's anointed for what she do, and doing cookie cutter approach to what she do is not going to work. It's not going to make sense for a person that's not called to that work. They're going off of what they saw in textbook. I used to volunteer in the schools, and this young man is now an adult. I told the grandma, I said, your baby is so smart. They keep making him as a behavioral person. I volunteer every week in that class. And they would put his name and put him as a problem child. Do you know that kid is so bright? And I'm not a teacher like y'all. I just know that when I sat with him, they're like, well, can you sit with him? Let's just make up a name for the sake of privacy. Can you sit with give me a name? I don't know. Can you sit with little Charles? Because he have a tendency to disrupt. You know, they put them heavy labels. And after you hear a label so long, you begin to believe it. Isn't that something a lot of us are still trying to break off of us right now? Because we heard something so long, you believe it after a while. I ended up saying this boy problem is nothing else but he's not being stretched. The work was too easy. Little Charles, in this example, and then you know this as a teacher, he would get his work done quick and get bored. The boy is smart. In other words, I'm going to handle my business. He handled that business like that. And then he would go mess around and distract other people. That's not a kid that you get what I mean? He's not avoiding the work because he got vision problems and can't read and scared. So let me go distract because I don't want to do the work because I'm scared to say I don't know how to read it. I don't have a learning disability. He needed to be stretched. And I had to stay behind. I was led to stay behind one day so I could meet the caretaker so I could let her know. He got labels on him that don't fit. It's not the teacher's fault that she got all of them people in the class, but it is her fault to not advocate for herself. A lot of people get in these spaces. You know what it is. Y'all social workers in here, you know what it is if you're down there working in child welfare. We get it. You get out of college, you're trying to get that first professional job. You're going to say whatever you need to say in that interview to get that job and get that medical insurance and get your career going. But then you get up in there and the reality kicks in. You're supposed to spend 2.5 seconds with grieving people and tell them to hurry up and heal because you got all kind of other cases waiting. Now you calling your mom and them to watch your kids for overtime because somebody done dropped the kids off at 4:59 on a Friday saying they don't want to do parenting no more. And you don't know how to jump off that vicious cycle. Because Sally Mae still want her issue. For some of y'all that's sitting up dodging her still. He was bored. That was how Miss Crystal Clear said that's how her son was. And that's why y'all need, like I say, when we talking about Black history in the village, there's some people that you know that probably haven't met, or you do know them. They're retired and they're at home bored and lonely. They might not tell you, but start praying to God, Lord, give me a covering. You know, maybe you're going to, y'all barter. Can you be the room assistant once a month to go check on little Charles for me? Because I got to work these 2 jobs right now. I trust you. My baby trusts you. You good. It ain't no random. I see so many people that's putting up in these next door apps that they look, can somebody watch my kids so I can go to work? There's women and men taking their kids on their Uber jobs and their security jobs. And the kids is in the back seat doing what they got to do. Some of them, they don't ask. They scared to ask because they've been rejected. And so they don't want to revisit that conversation. They got to know from one person. That's why I tell y'all, The people that's unhoused and homeless, unhoused and panhandling, you got to respect their hustle. They hear no's all day long. But sometimes they get that yes. Hey, Hazel. Sometimes they get that one yes that probably greased their pockets for whatever they felt like they needed. We get one no sometimes. This is for some of y'all. You feel so sorry for other people. I worked at a homeless shelter before, baby. Them people are very resourceful. They community driven. They cover each other. They might not have the roof over their head, but they don't see a lot of them don't see the problem like you see. They used to the cold. I had somebody work up north. They say they give them a room, blanket. You got a curfew time. They break the beds down and put their cardboard box. They go in the room and do room checks for safety. It's a safe surrender place. You know, if they need their needles and do what they do, they knocking on the doors. They done took the beds down in the room. They done turned all these hotels into sleeping quarters for them. Oh, we don't want no bed. We used to the cardboard. Broke the cardboard down and they lay on that cement because it's good. They say it's sturdy for their back. They acquired that. And y'all can relate, but some of y'all got them soft mattresses and it's time for you to switch like me and Rob. We got to switch to that firm mattress, but that back go to tripping and them hips. So sometimes you can be grieving for somebody else and they good. Like you so empathic. You're like leaning in emotionally, wishing and dreaming something bigger for somebody that say I'm straight. Just run me about 30 or 20 or $15 so I can go run this 6-pack is what they're telling you. I'm cool off the bed. You see? So that's why I'm saying we, in our community, we just had on the news where this couple done took their 4-month-old life. The news anchor come on and she say, for any struggling parents out there, please reach out for help. And I'm like, where are they reaching out to? Where are they reaching out to? Because I just feel led to say, if you see something, a lot of grandparents, we still have to work. We got to work as a team. Don't make it like the whole family don't care. They just understand capacity now. Okay? Because y'all know, well, your mama kept your kid for 5. That was her calling her season at that time. You have a right to have boundaries and know your capacity and how that looks. Don't mean you don't love them no less. Okay? That is how we honor our history, by speaking our truth. I'm good enough without being performative all the time. I'm going to ride this one out. If you're going to put me in a bubble to say the only way I'm going to describe you as being supportive is you got to do X, Y, and Z, I am not signing that level of permission slip. Say that to people. Practice it. Practice it with the truth to yourself. It don't help to go get a book and you ain't going to write it out or read the scripture and on some level keep doubting yourself on a chronic level, because we're all on a journey. It goes up and down. We need to recognize collectively that life is very, very tough for many of us right now. Let's just stay parked right there for a moment. You can't out hustle the pain. You can't keep watching this clown over here and getting yourself all frustrated and your blood pressure already doing good. And now you're going to the doctor and they not factoring in your blackness as part of the struggle of trying to stay healthy, because all of the different things that's coming up for you in the climate of our country. And they trying to throw you some pills real quick. And you saying ain't nobody don't nobody has that, they ain't gonna get my stuff. Stop it already. You talking yourself out of something before you even do something. So let's run this so we can get through this. Let's talk about, what time is it? 10, 14, 10:09, 10. Okay, I gotta hurry up for my East Coast people. Let's talk about Valentine's industry for a second real quick. Can we do that? We got billions of dollars spent every year to prove what? With the B. Hey, Savage. We have billions with the B. All around y'all neighborhoods, everywhere you turn, today, tomorrow, all up into Saturday is red, pink, the whole nine. The decorative love. Billion with the B dollar industry every year to prove love. Flowers, chocolates, what else? Jewelry, trips. But if love could be bought, why are so many people still exhausted? If love can be bought, let's just break that down. We're chopping it up. No right or wrong answer. If love could be bought, then why are so many people still exhausted, anxious, and emotionally broke? You see, you got to keep buying that thing. You got to keep taking a trip. Ain't nothing, I'm not implying anything wrong with anything that I just said about getting the things, but I'm saying that if we're describing these moments of happiness that we're chasing after by any means necessary to feel good for the moment, you got to keep chasing it. You got to keep chasing it. And what happened when your money run out? So if it could be bought, why are many people still exhausted, anxious, and emotionally broke? The industry, somebody say the industry, profits off of insecurity. The industry profits off of insecurity. Sis said, Miss Crystal Clear out of St. Louis, Missouri, the most world-renowned, amazing teacher, said in the comments, you can't buy love. That's what she said. So if the industry profits off insecurity and a pharmaceutical company sell the panic and the pill, where does God fit in all of that? That tells us that we're going outside of ourselves in survival mode, trying to find a quick fix when it don't cost me nothing to be in my apartment. Lord, I need your help. Some of y'all need to call off. And when I say call off, I don't mean calling off and then more mental work at home worried. Call off from your Outlook calendar, the text messages, some of these different parties you finna rush to this weekend. Call off. I told the young lady, I said, baby, when my kids was little, I could tell them now, baby, I would send them to school to Sister Mr. Crystal Clear, baby husband go to work. I go to the dollar movie. Because it was $1 back then or no more than $5. Baby, I would go to the raggediest movie. I didn't care nothing about what the movie was about. Have my popcorn and my blanket was in my hoopty. And my self-care was going to sleep. Because y'all know sleep is $1 million feeling when you don't have it no more. You would take sleep over a gift card. Am I lying or am I frying as a parent? Where are y'all them little people over there? Give me some sleep. I didn't know what I didn't know. You over here had the baby 13. You still holler about you got postpartum. You get what I mean? Like, please and thank you. I don't have energy to put on the Victoria Don't Tell Nobody body lotions and things. Give me some sleep. Come pick this booger bear up for 3 consecutive hours and don't take the freeway bringing it back. Not that I don't love him. My soul is tired. Please train. Go down 180 and bypass the 180 and, take the Golden State on the other side where the train construction going. Like, in other words, take your time. And now we at a season 6. Is he hungry by now? Because I can cash app you real quick. Not only money for little Charles, but your son and daughter, I'm feeling led to just go on and break y'all off a band right here. This how I know I'm tripping. I have a free session to do one of my favorite things to do. You have a free, wait, hold on. Sis said, do you remember the song, I'd rather have Jesus in silver and gold? Oh, girl, yes. Oh, girl, let's put that on the playlist. Girl, that's a classic. Girl, hold on. Silver and gold. See? Of course, that's a classic. That was by, wasn't that by Kirk Franklin, sis? Sis said she have not taken time for herself. I have a free session to do one of my favorite things. What you gonna do? Girl, I just, look, let me tell you what I found out when I was cleaning that car. Remember I told you that other car got a cold? I be talking to them cars, girl. I be saying my car got a little cold, it got a little virus. I talks real nice to the cars. We're gonna get her together, okay? We got a neighborhood mechanic that did an amazing job to get one back on the road. But girl, in the midst of going through this stuff, girl, I found a whole gift card for a massage. Not just any massage place, but a real nice one. One of my friends gave me a year ago. I called them yesterday, Crystal. Me and you on the two-way line right now. I'm just talking to Crystal, right? Miss Crystal Clear. Girl, I must have called them people. I said, excuse me, do you guys have an expiration date? Because there's no expiration or nothing. She said, well, you have to turn the card on the back and let me know if the code on the back. Do it start with CA and then some numbers, or is it PR with some numbers? I said it's CA with some numbers. She said, oh yeah, that would never expire. I was in the car like, woo, woo, woo. You see, we established early, friends. We chasing this way, and all along, the Lord has some things right there. Oh, float therapy. I'm going on the end of the month. I want to say on the 26th. Wait, hold on, friend. Let me pause this because we got to hear this song. Let me go back over here. We don't want to. Okay, y'all still there? I'm looking at y'all comments. Okay, she says she need that book. I don't see no other comments coming through. Hold on. Crystal over here saying she's not prioritizing herself and she's going to take out time for herself. And a lot of us are saying we can relate. And so what she said over here on TikTok is that she is going to do float therapy. I want to know, is that the same as the salt, right? Is that where you have all the pounds and pounds of salt and you're floating? It's supposed to take all of the what is it out of our body? It's a sensory type thing, right? Oh, yes, I did that. Girl, you did that before? Is it your first time? Girl, it's giving life. I did it when I was in Arizona. Girl, I had never heard of it over here in Fresno, California. But I found one once I got back home. Girl, I used to do it every month. And did you sleep well after you left, Crystal? Okay, what date you gonna go? Y'all, we are holding each other accountable to show up for ourselves, not reactively, proactive, as the way we breathe and the way we move and the way we honor and steward ourselves. So what date? You asked me for my date for what I got going on. Remember, we're doing external things, but we always internally self-caring. That's the big flex right there. That internal, that joy unspeakable, even though I got some things in front of me and some situations in front of me and some health scares in front of me, the kids acting like they wasn't raised right in front of me. The relationship things, not only with others, but with myself, because I am good enough. When are you going? Put your date in there. Anybody else that want to take the self-care challenge? We're not talking about spending into self-care, right? We believe in God for the whole thing, not half of the thing, not 2 pieces and a biscuit, okay? For real. I have Monday off work. I need to go. And what do I need to do so I can go? Tomorrow, it's already late tonight. If they do it online, are you able to put yourself on calendar? Monday, we have the webinar because I knew a lot of y'all educators are off. I want to say it's 10 o'clock, bit.ly/good enough 26. It's the webinar that you did not know you needed. When trauma shows up as I am not good enough, is a topic that we're going to unlock on Monday. It's 60 minutes built in with the 15, 20-minute Q&A after. Show your face in the place. Can't attend live, get the replay. Invest in yourself for real, though. She had Monday off, so she's going to be scheduling her float session. Get in there, see if they have specials and packets, and don't forget to tell them you're an educator. Is there some promo codes that honor educators? Because we need all the essential workers to let people know we're advocating for ourselves. If y'all can get a nurse's stuff, nurses need it too. Social workers, y'all all up in here talking to the managers at these. Hey, can I count on you to give me a promo code? Social work appreciation is March. We only doing business with people that's going to honor what we do. That's what we're going to do, because I know how to pass up a place. I'll go to a mom and pop shop. It's going to give me 15, 20% off before I go to a chain that's convenient. That's how we got to start moving. You ain't going to be making other people rich and they don't respect and guard you, but they'll speed dial you as soon as their life in the crisis wants you to bail them out. We're not doing that. So if billions of dollars are spent every year to prove love, flowers, chocolate, jewelry, and trips. But if love could be bought, why are so many people still exhausted, hate unserenity, and Harry, anxious and emotionally broke? The industry, like we said, it profits off of insecurity. They sell you are enough. That's what they're selling. Think about it. The sale is you are enough if someone picks you. Be my Valentine. And that's why you hear people say, well, I'm going to be my own Valentine, right? Y'all might not think this is a big deal, but remember, when we hear stuff over and over again since we were little young ladies, that's the message that we internalizing. You are enough if someone posts you. Buy you some flowers. What if that person laid off and don't have the financial means to externally give you goods so you can flex online? What are we doing? What are we doing it for? You are enough if both of y'all on Social Security right now trying to get this renewal done on that Section 8 voucher. If that's where you at right now, that's just what it is. That don't mean we're going to stay there, but that's where we at right now. You are enough. This is what they're selling us. So for the fellas in here that's sliding through here, you might want to stay parked, because this might be the first year in a very long time that you're honest with your wife or the person you seriously dating. The truth of the matter is you got to be in a place where you truthful with her. Making it look easy ain't going to work. I wanted to buy you this because the world told me. Like I said before, though, she probably don't even like half of the stuff you over here stressing and getting in debt about. Because you believe every other woman or your mama and them, cousin them, they used to like that stuff. She probably say Netflix and chill is what it's going to be, and that'll make her happy. But if you're not having that conversation, you know your money is under construction, then why are you going to stress yourself out? Your kids can feel that energy. You raising the son up over there. You got to be able to tell him, son, you still worthy, whether you laid off or working 2.5 jobs, whether you can buy. We got to sit up here and prioritize what's the priority, because flowers is not cheap. And if that water bill and that light bill is what it is, you teaching leadership. You're teaching love for real. Communication, sis said. Because the industry is saying to us, I'm going to profit off insecurity. They do it every time for holidays, Christmas, and everything. That's just what people do. That's what the industry do. They make money off the vulnerabilities of people. They give us book titles that speak to a pain point. Get in there, ain't nothing in there, right? Garbage. So if you spend, and this is where y'all fella, well, you don't have it, I just want to make you happy. That's a big bar to handle, because happiness, I have to choose happiness. I have to choose a feeling. Just like when you get that pay, what y'all getting tomorrow? That direct deposit some of y'all probably getting at midnight. or you getting taxes or whatever your situation, you choose to be happy, even if your bill's finna take up all the money. You're choosing how you feel based on that check finna drop at midnight. HR didn't come to your desk and told you to jump up and all I want to be is happy and Mary J. Blige up at that desk. You made a choice. And Miss Crystal Clear say flowers don't do it for me. And just imagine she on the dating scene and it's Valentine's and her person it don't know yet. And he was raised with women or thinking that all women like diamonds, rubies, and flowers because they haven't had the conversation and he didn't feel safe to ask her because he think it's a stupid question. And then he's scared she gonna like fire off or something. I don't know. So we don't operate in clarity. We operate in assumptions. And what do, ladies? You don't want to hurt his feelings. And you like, I don't even own the vase to put the stuff in water. How much water you supposed to put in? I didn't know you're supposed to clip the bottom of the thing and put it up. That's too much work. So then they wither. And then they die off. And that's like putting a lighter. I bought a lighter tonight for my candles. That's like putting a lighter to the said revenues that you're saving for. So let's go ahead and put a lighter to what you're saving. That's all that is, figuratively. You see? You putting a lighter. Oh, they don't let us put the, you get it? So that's what we're doing, hustling backwards, doing stuff. And the art of miscommunication, the lost art of communication is something we're restoring back. But if I came by to tell somebody tonight, let's go over here and check on YouTube because I'm splitting screens. Hold on. Y'all with me? If I stop by to tell you tonight, before we close it on down, if I stop by to tell one person tonight, love don't live here anymore. Remember that song? Real love lives in what? Alignment. What else would you say? Love don't live there anymore. Love don't live solely in external things anymore. Fellas, love don't live in you overperforming, trying to chase her heart without communicating. What is that budget looking like for the family? Right? What are we really in need of? Love don't live there anymore. It really never did, right? But I was just thinking about that one song. Remember that? So real love lives in what? Alignment. Real love lives in what? Identity. Check your identity. Is it connected to going to get in debt for flowers that's gonna wither? Giving the kids all of the Valentine's stuff because you feel guilty that you're not really emotionally available to them. So I seen a little boy in the grocery store tonight. He was so cute. Looked like he about 5 or 6. And it was 3 generations together, the grandma, the mom, and the siblings. And he had some heart candies. And he was like, Grandma, my girlfriend is really going to like this. And then I heard him say that. I'm like, oh, thank you, boyfriend. Thank you so much. He turned around, started laughing like, who is this lady? I'm like, oh, please, thank you. And you got on my favorite Raider colors. He was laughing so hard. And I just thought that was so cute. You know, like a little boy with his mom and his grandma buying. And she had 3 little ones. So you can see her just strategically doing what she can and buying the smallest box, but it's what she was going to do. And then I had acknowledged the grandma. I'm like, hey, I'm a grandma too. We got promoted, praise God. She was like, yeah. And I'm like, yeah, we was talking about the price of candy and stuff. And she was like, yeah, we was talking about back in the day, you would get all the little Valentine cards, right? Y'all remember that? And y'all exchange it with your little buddies or have little candy things. So we were just talking and conversing, but I just seen the excitement on this little guy's face. Already as a little boy, his connection between love and the candy and giving her something that's going to make her smile. And he was so handsome. I just love little kids. I just love little people. They just so pure, you know. It just warms my heart. So love don't live over there with all of that stuff. Love lives in knowing that you were sent, even. Like we said earlier, I forget what webinar we was on. We was talking about the Attorney General's report that's really highlighting the spirit of loneliness in our country right now is equivalent to smoking 15 cigarettes a day. Loneliness hitting elders, seniors, retirees, married families, single families, little kids. One kid used to like to play soccer. Now you wondering why they stuck up in their room. The spirit of loneliness is amongst us. They almost put, if you go look up the Attorney General's report, it's a healthcare crisis. Loneliness is. So when we're talking about love showing up, knowing that you were sent, is God telling you to go visit somebody this week? Don't run off and go visit anyone until you visit yourself. I talk to y'all caregivers different because we know how to go give out. I hope that makes sense, because the wrong person running across the right information or vice versa, it's going to look like ego. We're not talking about ego. We're talking about being obedient to making sure our cup runneth over. That hit hard. So don't go do the performative thing. You do the right thing by honoring what the Spirit is telling you to do. You might have to ride this one out and learn how to ride this one out. You don't always have to be in movement. And you got to learn how to sit with that. I challenge myself as well. Each and every time I look up and I start feeling myself getting overextended, I got to will it back in. Or I have a couple of accountability people. We get at each other like for real. Like, we not finna play with this. One in the hospital, this one, we've been through all of that. We're not going out like that. Warning comes before what? Destruction. So we don't have to revisit some of these tests because they're not pretty. So real love is knowing you were sent. Not about if I'm received, if I'm sent. If the Lord send me somewhere, even if it's to go sit myself down and not even scroll on Valentine's Day, not even taking the crumbs of a relationship, because I heard somebody say some people break up with their girlfriends or vice versa right before Valentine's so they don't have to play something. They had a little joke up on the thing. But, like we know by now, we've been living a cool little minute. You know when it's time to just quit playing games with your emotions like that. Knowing that you were sent. Your gaslight, when you sent to go minister to somebody, it might be just sitting there just acknowledging them as a human being. Your brother that's isolated, he might not answer the phone. Send him a text. I'm thinking about you. I'm praying about you. I hope everything is good. I love you. Right? Because we have our black fib is secretly hiding their depression, and it shows up as an affair. And the other partner in that relationship is called depression. They might not feel intimacy. And you thinking it's another woman, but it's really depression. They're not going to necessarily talk about it. Y'all brothers in here, this is your moment. You got to be okay with talking about things that make you uncomfortable, because you got to weigh which level of the uncomfortability that I'm willing to be in. We are in Black History Month, making history whether we move or not. I know the last time she threw it up in my face. Well, you still with her, so some level of you saying it's working. You're going to hold yourself hostage based on not forgiving each other, based on something that popped off? Make some decisions. Remember that post we put up? Decide. Because real love is knowing we don't have the budget this year. I know you like Ruth Chris, and I feel like a failure that I can't take you. Why are you internalizing to the level that you allowing yourself to drown when you should be thanking God that you got enough to keep them lights and that rent paid? If you in a relationship and they always have to be performative, that's not a better or for worse situation. And I'm not going to tell nobody what to do, how to do, baby, because I'm over here getting my stuff situated each and every moment, baby. Ain't nobody arrived nowhere. I'll never get up in your business like that. But you know. What are you pretending not to know? You know the things that you hide out. You know the things you're trying to overdo and you don't have capacity, but you're scared to really be honest with that other person. You know, brothers, y'all know that the thoughts in your head is winning right now. And I don't care how many joints you smoke, you still stuck with the thought once the high tap off. There's no judgment, it's awareness. Getting high off my own supply is not working because my supply is not rooted in the word of what God wants me to do. I just keep running. Praise God for Sister Danette. Let me give you your flowers. It's Black History Month. Y'all need to follow each other. Sister Danette and Miss Crystal Clear, y'all in the same industry. She's in St. Louis, Missouri, and Sister Danette is in Fresno, California. This is another Black business owner who love what she do. If she want to quit and give up, she can't because it's a part of her calling. People love working for her. I love working for her because her heart is good. Her parties is on point. Her like she remind me of how we was raised up back in the day. We had the pie eating baking contest and all kind of board games. She have amazing family, amazing business. She has a call on her life that she probably would never sign up for as far as the demands it take to run a successful business, be a wife and a mom and all of that. These are the people that exist out here that's not out here doing it for the likes. They're not out here doing it for, posting. They out here and people's lives are being transformed because of your obedience. Every day, Miss Crystal Clear, you show up at that school, whether you cramping or whatever. You deserve your days off. But when you go, them babies know somebody's showing up for them. They got the grade the minute they stepped up in there and do the best that they can because you're seeing more than what's in the classroom. And that is why people like Sister Danette, she attract people to her team that enjoy working for her because she make a work environment where people love and enjoy what they do. She honors self-care, internal and external, with the team. And in the time that the world is struggling financially with COVID and the cuts and the cost of things of running a successful business, her business is growing and thriving with wait lists, with families, neurodivergence, learning about autism, and knowing the signs and not being ashamed that, wait a minute, my kid may be a little off. Let me go to somebody and help me understand these milestones that's not lining up. Where some families don't know what's going on. This baby possessed, maybe we need to pray it off. And then you got couples at a 50% divorce rate because this one is saying that's not my baby because that don't run in my family and all that heaviness. So she step in rooms. Not because she wants to, because she have to. And expanding the network and creating an ecosystem, a parent support system. You need to have these kind of people mentor you and guide you, not just to come up off of them and just pull from them, but you add to hers. You bring the oil because she has an amazing heart. And she's another one. Everybody can't have access to her because some people want proximity, and that's it. No heart to pour into you. They just trying to come up on the come up. And that's why them people never get far, because their motives and their heart is not pure. Right? So this is what we say. Black women also, that's what I put the live up. Black women don't support Black women. We need to do it. That's noise to my ears. Because I don't sit on the side of the porch that see that. If that's all you see, it's time for you to get off the front porch. Because your little people, they listening, and all you telling them is we ain't nothing. The world do a good job or try to do a good job of writing us off. They're going to believe what you say more than what you do. Or they're going to believe what you do and what you say on them little late night calls with your friend. Meanwhile, you should have been online getting your book done while they sleep. You get what I mean? But you can't attract these level of people because people that's progressive and visionary, they really don't have time to sit up and talk about world issues all day. That's not their assignment. They just don't. It'll drain them. It have you up under the bed, on top of the couch, eating bonbons and ice cream and 600-pound life later, just ill, right? No fire, no drive. Just throw your degree and put a match to it. But when you're around a person that say, you know what, I feel that it's heavy right now, we're going to acknowledge that. We're going to sit with that. We're going to press pause, but the work don't stop. The work will never stop. The work don't stop, but you have permission and it's necessary for you to hit stop and pause. That's why you create systems. That's why you create like sis in here. She can go on vacation with her husband and her kids and things are still flowing because she's attracting people that don't have to be supervised because they're getting their job done. They're not little kids. That's because the leadership and anointing on her is going to attract that. People that's trying to dip out and creep out early and do this, that, and the third and cutting corners and not doing what they do, they're not going to last there. They're going to be exposed. Probably in the interview, she can discern that. Just natural. That's a gift. Or when it get to that point, you got Care Bears. Y'all know sometimes we struggle with them tough conversations. This is no longer working out. You got to be, you can't, well, we're not, for y'all CEOs in training that's going up higher, how God elevating. You're not hiring potential. Go get you an intern for that and develop them as they fall and grow and turn back around. But you are building a kingdom business. You do not have the capacity sometimes, a lot of times in the beginning, to be hiring potential. You don't have time to be dating potential at this time. Only you know that. Let me get up out your business real quick. You got to assess where you at with all of this. If you know that you've been building a man like you building a bear, or for y'all fellas in here, you've been working 2 or 3, 4, 5 jobs to keep her shopaholic stuff together and call it happiness, and your blood pressure high, and you laid up on an ICU, and she done moved over to the next person that's going to feed her spoiled self, we can swing it both ways and call it Happy Valentine's Day and contribute to this billion-dollar industry that's capitalizing on our insecurities. Thank you, brother. Do it for you, Johnny. God bless you. You said you cried all night and all morning? Hold on. Today we saw, okay, let me go back and read that. Today they saw me at my lowest. If you would have saw me, you would have thought that you was on something. The kids in the class, and you said you was crying all night and all morning. Oh, bless your heart. It get like that sometimes. I was a person that didn't know, especially watching a grandmother work as hard as she did. Y'all know I love sharing. I love sharing it because it reminds me of the strength that runs in my family with my parents and just uncles and aunties and stuff like that. But in particular, just knowing my grandmother would be on them 3 buses in LA going to the areas to clean for people and then doing stuff. And then, just all of that. That was a part of my shaping in life, and our grandmothers came home with them swollen ankles. And some of them wasn't trying to do the whole run the household because they had a lot of kids and they put people in leadership. That's why a lot of us grew up, but we weren't raised. We grew up, and a lot of y'all teachers are seeing that. You see kids growing up, but they're not being raised. That's a difference, right? And you feel that. You'll have kids consoling you because they had to be grown. You have some kids grow up, they say, I'm not ever, never having no kids because they had to do it so early. And then you have some that's going to repeat it. And y'all know in some of our family, when you going to have a baby, when you going to make me a grandparent, knowing you're not going to sit down and babysit. So be quiet and leave them alone. My kids usually are so demanding of attention. Today, they let me get myself together. Amen. You raising some leaders over there. You raising some leaders over there, and it be like that. And so now tomorrow when you call and you're going to schedule your thing, I think we all got to get back on that cycle of continue to do things that work for us. Don't jump off and keep prioritizing and putting other things in front of us. Remember this Valentine's thing, this is a good topic in terms because the world have our attention with the reds and the pinks, but we also going to go on the side of the real work. The industry sell us and profits off of our insecurity, and we're wiser now. So sometimes we got to be okay with pressing pause and say, I'm gonna ride this out because I have bigger financial goals. I want to work less. I want to retire by a certain age. I'm going to start saving. I'm going to be disciplined. I'm going to be a good steward. I'm going to self-care for real, right? And not feel ashamed about it. So I always like to see how the Lord is bridging, like I was saying earlier when I was in the meeting with another leader in our area, bridging the gap between our brothers and our sisters. We need each other. We need to understand each other. We shouldn't be presumptuous, right? We need to press pause. And I was telling my other sister, learning how to reframe, making sure, me and Crystal Clear did that one night. Remember Crystal? So am I understanding? Let me make sure I'm understanding what I heard you say. And please correct me if I was off. And she wheeled it back in and said, okay, this is what I meant. And on this live stream, we got to understand, and that's 2 Black queens ordered by the Lord. Our steps is ordered by the Lord. And so a lot of misunderstanding and miscommunication is I heard it through an ear gate of a broken little girl that didn't know she had permission to cry, because a grandmother that never cried except for the one time when she buried her first son. The very first time I seen her cry. And they used to say, you never cry? Well, then I heard about her history. We're talking about our Black history that never made it to. We don't need our stuff. My stuff is not invaluable because it didn't make it to their school books. I'm going to say that again. This is why people, they taking it out of that. History is at that kitchen table. Kitchen history, living room history is how you showing them how to budget and ball on the budget when things are hard. History is, we're in a Bible study right here. This car doesn't stop working. We can't make it to the church building. It starts at this house. Ministry is in this house. What they do at the school may be cherry on top, but then I got to read that for myself to see if it's qualified to be fed into my kids anyway. You see? And we did it because we had a mutual understanding of clarity. We wanted and desired clarity. It wasn't about being successfully wrong and successfully right. Clarity, because there may be an error in my thinking based on how I filter life. That's inevitable. We all do it. And if I came up from being rejected and misunderstood and always having to prove myself, the error in which I listen to something is going to always filter through the noise part, because that's what the ear gate is used to. And God is saying, come over here. I'm not after you. I'm not assuming that you're a thief. There's no evidence that you're trying to steal my joy. I don't have proof for that. I'm not discerning that. You see? And then we rinse and repeat and do that with the kids. You do that with your employer. You do that with your significant other. Right? And now it becomes a habit of the way. And that way, when somebody go to bumping that mouth, because miserable people like bumping their mouth, that's why you see the world with the mic. That should not. Called social media. A bunch of fools running amok. Never been heard. Don't care to be heard. What do we say, ladies? A fool speaks because they want to say something. Wisdom speak what? Because he or she has something to say. There's a difference. And you got to be discerning enough to know the difference. That's what people are missing. That, like she said, that's what people are missing. And the other piece is sometimes we're not right. God used our kids to bring us correction, right? And when we have a prayer going up and we think it's going to be answered to some big mighty person flying in from Timbuktu with a title, and the whole time our kids is over here like, Mom, you doing team too much. Mama, Old girl right there. I don't know about that one. No, that's my friend, boy. You overthinking. You just like your daddy on the cousin side of the family. You're thinking to no, baby, the Lord is talking to him. You know, and he ain't got no collar on. He anointed. That baby said, Mama, I don't know about old boy. I know you say he took you on Valentine's Day, but it's given. He ain't even did the research online about his name. I know one person was dating somebody, and people go to the extremes. Girl, they go rent nice cars. And then they act like the car is theirs. Well, you know, we've been living a little while. And I'm like, this car, you know, because they, you know, this person I got respect for, and they invited me to the situation for my input. Thank you so much. God bless you. And I'm saying, this is a rental. And if a person got to lie about a rental, you open a glove box and it's the rental agreement. Why aren't you acting like you have, and I'm talking about grown, like grown squared, grown cubed, if you will, 20 times 3 for y'all math people. We ain't talking about out the gate 20 something. I'm still trying to prove myself. Selfies is everything to me in my baby suit. You know, Capital One done funded this Jamaica trip, but don't nobody got to know that I'm going to pay it off in 30 years. Like, we ain't talking about how we was getting all crazy over there. You see what I mean? Good night, friend. But we talking about grown. So that's why I say some people grow up and then some people are raised because there's no respect to age. That's why your baby, the wise young man, God don't assign wisdom based on age, a numeric number. That is why we cannot be diminishing our calling, our gift based on what we believe is too old. Okay, and it's almost 11, so I'm going to wind it down too. So what we're going to do is Black History Month. We're not going to be, if we can have this shared agreement. Let me check on my YouTube, folks. Y'all over here? Okay. We are not going to be, and let's agree on this as we move through the week. I don't want us celebrating pioneers while we secretly doubting ourselves. You're not going to celebrate. I'm not saying not to celebrate pioneers and all of that, but don't forget the pioneer that you are. We give too many. Remember, we're doing the inner work. The inner work is I'm not hiding the part of me that's healed. The world want to beat down healing and all of this trauma on us. That's what they're doing. They're selling Traumatose. They're selling the panic to get you on the pill. That's just the bottom line. There's nothing new under the sun. We already know that. We don't have to keep talking about that. And crying is a beautiful thing. Some of us need to catch up on some crying. Take that road trip from work, take the back street, don't nobody know about, and just scream. There's scream rooms across the country, I'm told. One of our local ladies have a whole glass room or something, a rage room where people getting out all their anger and stuff, breaking glass at this rage room that she had. And people is getting ordered. Anger management is getting a lot of things out that's trapped in, which is their truth. Because truth trapped in is trauma. And we talk about trauma so much that the part of you that showed up to work today with the leaky brown eyes, assuming your eyes is brown or whatever, is already healed. So we got to honor that. I'm not going to be secretly doubting myself. Well, when I arrive to this, then I'm going to feel better. Food truck traveler, before I expand to something else, I ain't going to really tell that many people what I got going on because these kind of people over here be saying this and they doing this and they doing that. No. When you called and equipped to do something, you got to get through the tough times too. You got to sit down, Lord, okay, this route is not working. Direct and order me because you gave me this idea. You gave me this creative mind. And I know it came from you because I'm not that smart. Like in my own little narrow thinking, right? I'm still on that front porch, scared to come off the front porch. There's a whole world out there. But you sitting on the front porch complaining about the part of you that needs to catch up with where you're going. He take us at the space and the pace that he know we can handle. Baby, we can't even tie our shoe, eat fried fish, and babysit at the same time no more. So why he gonna give you the floodgate with all these loose boundaries and all of the stories all of your little needy friends finna push up on you with, only to it fall back apart? So we do not want to celebrate pioneers while secretly doubting ourselves. You are not randomly born into this generation. It wasn't random. You and I were sent. The 70s babies, it was designed. I can't feel the pain of the long walking miles of grandmama now. I can only read the experience or hear the experience. You can't hold your kids. Come on, mamas in here and daddies in here. We can't hold them. To our back in my day, we had to go physically and fill out an application. And all you got to do is click and put your resume. Back in my day, we got on 3 city buses and the subway and went to the interview and then came back. Now y'all doing it online. It's true. This is what I'm hearing from my young parents. The older parents, this is what I'm hearing from the ladies. They saying, the seasoned women saying, I have 5 or 6 kids. You only have 3. You shouldn't be tired. And I have to let them know that might be true. You can't feel her labor pains in 2025 and 2026. You don't feel what she's feeling in this real life moment. You share an experience from over here. The rest inside of you. That's not fair. That's like you hit your toe. I'm going to get something painful. What's real painful? When we bang our toe on the end of the bed, right? And I bang my toe now, and you telling me to shake it off because you got through that bang toe 2 years ago, 10 years ago, yesterday. No, my pain is real right now, to the point you can't even respond to it because you study going, ouch, ooh, or you hit that knee. Anybody ever hit your knee on your dashboard in your car? And let somebody tell you, girl, that's what we do on the football and the sports field for the little boys. That's when we start shaping them about suck up their emotions. Have y'all noticed? It starts over there. Suck it up and shake it off. That's still connected to the 35-year-old, the 18-year-old. It started over there. And we don't mean no harm. We don't. We just try to, vicariously sometimes live through them. So you are not randomly born in this generation. Your kid was loaned to you and I. My kids loaned to me and vice versa. So let's get to, we got 3 minutes. Some reasons that we doubt ourselves, we might not get through them, but we grew up too fast. We talked about that. Black women and men often had to become adults before childhood ended. We talked about that already. Responsibility replaced safety. You had to be responsible, walking everybody to school. And, in our family, we had one little one following mama to the store. And then the little sister got hit by the car. They had to live with that guilt forever. I know other people, they went fishing. They out here playing. Adults is drinking, playing cards, doing all of that. They should have been watching both kids. One of the kids fell off the rock, fell in the lake and drowned. That haunted that other kid for all his life. And he ended up passing away 2 years ago. The alcohol and just the guilt of it. Because adults in his life, in this example, made him believe as a little boy, the same age as his cousin, was responsible for watching him at this lake. Nobody took accountability that y'all over here by a body of water drinking, playing cards and dominoes, that y'all got these little people by the water. Right? So responsibility replaced safety. I don't even know what safety is. I'm responsible. I can't even scan for nothing else. When you grow up surviving, confidence get delayed for real. It get delayed for real. Because you calling it survival. And that's why sometimes we struggle with this. Am I lovable? Am I good enough? Because I'm so used to being good grades, great. Good big brother. Y'all made it back from the lake uneventful. I didn't have to call off and get off work early and miss overtime so I can get y'all Christmas. So you're going to get a little extra bonus. A lot of times you wasn't rewarded because what your parents say, that's your job. Hold on, I wasn't in back of the Cadillac exchanging bodily fluid for these kids to come. You can't say that because you get your teeth knocked out your mouth. So all of these curiosity and these questions and these frustrations and the things that we always was curious about as little people, that's what's in your 35-year-old frame, 45, 60, 80, 52-year-old frame. You learned that your curiosity, you had questions. Shut up and stay in grown folk, a child's play. Well, what is a child's play? Don't even know what that is. See what I mean? It's levels. And the reason why I'm going there is because we could be so hard on ourselves as if that didn't even happen. Because you think it's 2026. Get over it is what they're saying. Like they said on the football field, get up and shake it off. I'm in pain. A torn meniscus some of these college players is put out there on the field with. Because they want to win a sport at the cost of what we said Valentine's doing. Capitalizing and profiting off of our insecurities. We were taught to be strong, not seen. Strong meant quiet. Strong mean don't complain. Why you think women that bear children, what have y'all heard them do that? Hey, April. I had my baby natural. What is that supposed to mean? Like, people need to honor that they had a baby. Anybody in here that been in labor, we can't even describe the labor pain. And then you got people like competing and comparing. Did you have a C-section? Did you have an epidural or not? Baby, get the baby here safe, please, and thank you. So strong. Oh, you strong. You had all them kids now, a vaginal, no C-section, no this, no that, no that thing. You strong. So you mean I'm not strong because I had a C-section? So we got levels to strength now? A badge of honor, more licks I can take? I don't want that level. I'm strong in the Lord. I need him to get me together. Good night. I need him to get me together. So strong don't mean I don't complain. But if we taught to be strong, I'm not seen. Sometimes strong means fix it by any means necessary, even if it compromises your capacity. But strong without affirmation create what? Internal insecurity. That is why people struggle with saying how they really feel, because they're going to be what? Perceived as weak, not a man, not a good mom, a trifling grandma, whatever else that you've heard on your journey. It's because some box that somebody done created for you to live in don't align with you. Maybe it stopped. You the first in the family that's not having it. You're not finna pull up on Easter with a bunny. You're going to stay at home because it's a bunch of fake and forged relationships over. Oh, she acting funny. She done moved to the high-rise, the suburbs. You're not in charge of chasing down the perceptions of fools at all. We're not finna put like, okay, let me just end because I know we got to go to bed. We're going to end over here because I feel